Well, it's Miss Cool here this morning, and it's chilly here in Utah. But one thing I do know is that I like to come on here and say how I feel about different things. But when it comes to judging, it's a real deep, broad, heavy, if you'd say, but light conversation on do's and don'ts and the moral of it and the respect and manners of it. But sometimes you just got to get right to it, don't you? So if we judge others, right, would we be judging ourselves? They call that projection. Would we not understand other people's feelings that there's a story behind the story? Would we want to make a judgment that would be a good judgment? You always have to judge when you're a mother. Yes, you do. You have to judge if children are doing okay, where they're at. But when we get to being adults, that's where it gets a little bit iffy, right? But we still can judge because you know why? We have the enough sense in our heart and our minds to observe and make decisions. Look at the medical field. Does everybody go in there and say, why are you judging me? I've got the flu or I'm sick. Let them judge because maybe their first decision's not going to be right, but I bet they're going to find it. Just like a car mechanic. We can judge wonderfully and we can make mistakes, can't we? We can judge if things are in season food wise. We can judge different things. It's when we get real mad about it and judge. It's when we meet people that we think that we've got so much in common, but then when they find out that you're not their faith, they even will come up to you and say, if they get an opportunity because they want to plant a bad seed in you, oh, you have demons. Well, I got news for you. I don't have demons. And if I do, everybody has feelings of doubt that they're growing in their life. I won't even say the Lord because a lot of people are growing on their own life. Let's look at the good in others. But if there is bad, we've got to see that too. The hard part comes in is if you are not liking people because they voted for President Trump. You don't like people because they're not your faith. Now, people can be a stumbling block. People can kind of make you feel like, hesitant because it's going to come up. A lot of people don't want to hear about Jesus. But you can judge the fact when you're with them to look at the good and get the good out of the moment. Okay? You can't keep pushing that stuff. I was that kind of person years ago. And once in a while it still comes out because I just burst out with it, It's like taking a 7-Up bottle and shaking it real hard and taking the lid off for me sometimes because God has been good to me. But it's an everyday conversation. You see, you can feel it. People get mad at you if you vote, different than them. If you're outspoken, if you want to even say anything. Have you ever talked to anyone and they right away remind you that they're married? I'm just like standing next to you in the store. I'm not trying to, pick up on you or this and that. So what you do is you listen to them because they could have story behind the story. Maybe one of them cheated. Maybe one of them, had some issues. You just never know when you're judging people. The sad part about it is when you find out after you've done this heavy judgment that it wasn't like that at all. But we don't want to be quiet and be passive and stand in the corner and just, be this person that's got this qualified high position in any area and think, well, they wouldn't do that. Oh, yes, they would. Yes, they would. You know why? We're all human. You can have all these degrees. I cannot have a degree. It's not insecurity. It's truth. You just never know, do you? So when you judge today, try to judge things that don't have like an impact. Like we could judge the weather. I'm living here in Utah and it is January and history says it's going to snow, right? So could I judge that by that? Absolutely. But catch yourself when you're judging and doing these type of things because sometimes, to be honest with you, people don't even know it when they're doing it. They do it so much. So here comes the part where you're learning on Facebook, you're learning on YouTube, how to have things in a positive way to communicate. You know, I've talked to people that are highly educated, you know, and they're stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, if you know me on here, you know, I'm gonna be honest about it. They are stupid. You know why they're stupid? Because they come off real smart and intelligent, but they don't have bedside manner. They don't understand that, hey, you know what? That's not kind. In this day and age, it's real hard for people to be kind, isn't it? But there are many kind people, very kind people. And you know what? I don't know if I got a vibe. I don't know what's going on with me, but I've met a lot of nice people. In my stores and where I go around, wonderfully kind people. And when you meet these people, guess what they do? They leave an imprint on you, don't they? Wouldn't you like to have people like that in your life so you can repeat what they've done? Because it had such an impact on you. That's a beautiful thing. Pass it on. And it doesn't necessarily mean somebody in front of you in line with money, though that's nice. What I'm talking about is stuff that lasts. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? When you can learn from other people and not have all this, well, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm not going to let you in because you voted for Trump, or I'm not going to let you in because, you know, you don't go to my church and you don't believe in what. Stop it. Stop. And you know where it all goes back to? Watch. You know where all the tree goes back to? You're a know-it-all. Yeah, you know it all, don't you? Until life shows me and you differently. Because then you didn't read it in a book. You didn't study. You didn't take a test. You felt it right here. So it's Miss Cool saying, watch out how you judge people, okay? Because I'm working on it. It's real easy for me to judge. But you know what? It's like eating food that tastes really good, and then in an hour you're like, oh my Lord, I'm sick. You know why you're sick? Because the spiritual food of it and life itself food isn't going to help you. It's going to make you sick. So it's Miss Cool coming on here today saying just a little bit of things. California fire still burning. I don't have my TV on, you know, and you've got, you know, the Fox people that really start, you know, making fun and humiliating people, you know, like at Jimmy Carter's funeral. It was interesting to watch Trump and Obama talk because they're men. And then you had Camilla looking and stuff and laughing and smiling. Am I judging? Yeah, I'm judging because we all have the right to have different personalities, different roles, different reactions. It's a beautiful thing. It's called the patchwork and quilt of life. Who are you?